good evening, Kevin. Good afternoon. We got a banger for y'all today, baby. We got a video here of Tyler's reaction to the Lions' loss. I was with him during the game, and on top of that, talk about a couple different things in here, including some bets that I made. If y'all do enjoy this, leave a like, hit the sub button. Most importantly, be sure to tell somebody you love them. I'll catch you in the next one. Wow, lot to take in. Okay. First and foremost, we got the Ravens-Chiefs game, and then we also have the Lions-49ers game. I was with Ninja watching the game with him. First, let's talk about the Ravens-Chiefs really quick, okay? And let's talk about my bet. I bet $10,000, ladies and gentlemen, that the Ravens would win and the 49ers would win. Only one of those teams did their job. Okay. It was an expensive lesson for me, but I have now learned that, Timothy, you never bet against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. I learned a tough lesson, and I've grown from it. You never bet against Patrick Mahomes. And I now have learned that, right? And it was a $10,000 lesson, kind of like the $10,000 TV for me, right? I was like, dude, I'm betting big. I think the Ravens are unstoppable. And to be fair, they looked unstoppable until all of a sudden they go and play the Chiefs, and they just fall apart. And I just want to talk to Ravens fans for a second. What was your team doing, bro? You guys have one of the best, dynamic rushing games in the league, and they ran the ball 6 times. We have Lamar Jackson, arguably one of the most versatile quarterbacks in the NFL, and they just kept dropping back with him and throwing the ball. I'm like, dude, what is the game plan here? You got Gus Edwards and you got Hill. They're both incredible. Here's why, dude, I got to be honest, bro. Is the NFL scripted? It might be. I don't know, bro. The Ravens all year ran the ball, and then their final game of the year at home against the Chiefs, and they run it 6 times. I don't know, bro. I'm like, is this scripted? Because it kind of feels that way. I couldn't believe what I was watching, and I was watching my $10,000 just drain. Ravens didn't run the ball at all. And all year when I was watching the Ravens, they were running the ball, doing option plays, nothing. Nothing like that in their biggest game of the year. It was crazy, bro. I saw one of the handoffs Gus got was like a 15-yard run. And the offensive coordinator looked at that and they're like, we're good. So Ravens Chiefs, first and foremost, Ravens, I wanted you guys to win, man. And truly in my heart, I thought they were going to win. That's why I bet 10K on it. Tim, you're a jinx. No, I'm not, because then I doubled down on the 49ers against the Lions, and who won? Not only did I double down on the 49ers, and just to be clear, I didn't bet $20,000, but I probably should have. I re-bet on the 49ers. I bet on the 49ers at halftime when they were plus 350, because I said to myself, I saw what happened with the Green Bay game, and I foresee something like that happening again. So, Chiefs-Ravens game, I hate to admit it, the Chiefs look like they just woke up. I don't know. All of a sudden, all year, the Chiefs look bad, and it's like the playoffs hit, and they woke up, bro. I don't know. So Chiefs, and I gotta be honest, man, did you guys see what they were doing with Justin Tucker? How they're kicking his the stand holder around, throwing his balls around. Dude, I don't know what. I don't really know what happened, but I just I don't. It's I didn't really have a problem with Pat Mahomes at all before this year, but now it's I don't know, man. Were they I thought maybe they were just kidding around, but then it kept happening. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Right. So the Chiefs won. Congratulations. They're in the Super Bowl. I lost $10,000 because I bet on the Ravens and the 49ers, and it would have paid $21,000 if the Ravens decided to win. So that would have been nice. That would have been a nice win for me, but we can't have nice things, I guess. All right, let's talk about the Lions game for a second. Lions fans, are you guys okay? This is tough, man. This is tough. So I watched the whole game at Tyler's house with Tyler, and I didn't troll him. I couldn't. I could not bring it to myself to kick him while he was down, despite all the stuff he said to me. I couldn't do it. I'm too nice of a guy. Tyler's reaction to that game, I saw the highest of highs transform into the lowest of lows. And I felt bad, right? Lions fans, you guys haven't been in a position where you have a playoff game and you lose the playoff game, like the high and low, much less the championship, right? The conference championship. Cowboys fans, we wouldn't know what that's like since the 90s. So, but the hurt that you feel, and especially the hurt that I think the Lions fans felt after the hope that they felt. So, the start of the game happens. Tyler's obviously very excited, nervous. First drive happens. They drive right down the field and score. Tyler's lit. He's like, bro, we're going to win. We're so good. Lions are the best team in the NFL. That's all I heard. Lions are the best team in the NFL. And just to be clear, this isn't like talking. Lions are the best team in the NFL. This is like Ninja yelling, Lions are the best team in the NFL. Like that, you know what I'm saying? So that was what was going on for the first drive or two, right? And then they go up 14-0. He's lit, bro. Okay. Fast forward. Okay. It's halftime. And if you were watching the game, it was 24-7, right? San Fran, they looked terrible. Purdy looked awful. Their whole offense looked awful. And I got to be honest, I was sitting there watching the game. I was like, the Lions could win this. Like it's a 3-possession game. They definitely could win this. But it was in that moment that I bet on the 49ers again, and I re-bet. So I bet on the 49ers after the Ravens lost. I put a couple grand on them, okay? I then re-bet the 49ers when they were plus 350-ish at halftime. So the second half, during halftime, just so you guys understand, the conversation that's going on with Tyler in the Lions household is everyone's lit, right? We're going to Vegas. He's talking to Jess. Jess, we're buying a suite. I don't know how much I don't care about how much it costs. We're getting a plane. All this stuff, right? And I'm honestly sitting there thinking, I'm like, wow, we might be going to Vegas. So he's that hype, right? He's like, we're getting a suite at the Super Bowl, PJ there, that level of hype. That's what Tyler was at halftime. Second half starts, right? We're up here. We're flying. We are taking a private jet to Vegas and getting a suite at the Super Bowl. That's where we are when the second half starts. By the end of the third quarter, he was a shell of a man. He saw it happening in real time. He saw it unfold. I felt the momentum shifting. And by the end of the third quarter, it was 24-24. And he was down here. He was in the abyss. And here's the thing. He wasn't even cheering anymore. He was silent. He was quiet, right? Once again, I being the good friend, I didn't want to kick him while he was down. Okay. Did Tyler let me hear everything and anything about the Dallas Cowboys this entire season? Yes, he did. And there's this part of me, hey, Tim, maybe you should, chirp a little bit here. Wow. At least my team didn't let me down like this, a 3-possession game in the third quarter. But I decided not to. I was silent. Okay. I also just want to note here, I made the $10,000 bet on the Ravens, okay, and the 49ers to win. Obviously, that missed. I also did an insurance bet. I put $500, Chiefs, Lions. I was talking, and just so you guys know, Tyler, I don't know if he told people this, he put, I think it was like 1,500. He put 1,500 on the Chiefs and Lions to win, and it would have paid like 15 grand, right? So we both had that bet going into the game, but I also doubled down on the Niners because I thought they were going to win. I was telling Tyler at halftime, once again, let's remember, we were up here at halftime. Lions going to the Super Bowl, getting a suite, getting a private jet. Okay. Me personally, I cashed out my bet and I flipped it onto San Fran. And I told Tyler, I said, Ty, I tried to talk realistic to him. Okay. I was like, Tyler, I know you're on cloud 9 right now. This is when he was high, right? Like way up there. I was like, I know you're on cloud 9. I just want you to know, okay, I think you have a great opportunity to hedge the bet here. I understand you think the Lions are going to win. You think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. And I said, let's just say worst case scenario, we see what happened. We saw what happened with Green Bay. Let's say somehow we see that happen again with San Fran. And he looks at me. So that's what I did. I cashed that bet out for, I think I cashed the $900 bet out for almost $4,500. And I flipped it onto San Fran. And I hedged my bet. He looks at me and he goes, we're up here. He goes, the Lions are the best team in the NFL. I'm riding this one out. I tried to be like the good friend through the whole thing. I really did. I was trying to help his bet. I was trying to help, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I was trying to help him. I'm like, dude, I'm just saying, we saw what happened with Green Bay. Okay. I learned my lesson with the Green Bay game. I had $5,000 flat. Okay. $5K flat out, Green Bay to win that would have paid $15K. I did not hedge my bet. I wrote it out. And guess what happened? Green Bay lost. They were winning the entire game. So I learned my lesson. Okay. I learned my lesson. I hedged my bet. And I ended up winning both because I cashed out and then the 49ers won, right? Tyler lost his bet and his team lost and they didn't go to the Super Bowl. So by the end of the game, he was a shell of a man. He said, thank you for coming. Get out of my house. And that was how the night ended. The Lions obviously lost. I got to tell you, the momentum shift of that game was the, might I add, terrible throw by Brock Purdy where he missed Ayuk and it hit the Lions defender in the helmet and Ayuk caught it. That right there. And I want you guys to know, when that happened, they were still up a lot. And I told Tyler again, I said, bro, you can still hedge your bet. You can still cash it out. He said, no, we're going to win this game. Brock Purdy's him whips. Let's reel it in a little bit, right? Just a little. Okay, that was not a good throw by Brock Purdy. And now we have a 49ers Chiefs Super Bowl, which in my opinion, and a lot of people think I'm saying this just because I'm a Dallas fan. Let me make something clear. This is the worst possible outcome for a Super Bowl for people to watch because these are two teams that most people just don't like. I'm speaking generalization here. Most people, if they're not a Niners fan, don't like the 49ers. Dallas too. You can put Dallas in that. Most people, if they're not a Chiefs fan, they don't like the Chiefs. So like, this is like, and here's the thing. If the Lions or the Ravens were in the Super Bowl, I'd have someone to pull for. Like flat out. I have no one to pull for in this Super Bowl. I don't want the Chiefs to win because they just keep winning. And I definitely don't want the 49ers to win because A, I think Brock Purdy's overrated. B, I'll never hear the end of it from Doc. So I'm in a pickle. I'm still going to bet on the game. Don't get me wrong, guys. You know, I love sports betting. I'm still going to bet. And just so you guys know what I'm thinking of doing, I'm trying to convince Alexis. I don't know how. Basically, I have like I limit myself with how much I sports bet. And as of right now, I'm about even. Right? Despite everything, despite losing that 10K last week because I hedged the bet and I made my money back. I basically broke even last week because of the bets I made. How do I convince Alexis after I just missed that bet to let me put $20,000 on the Chiefs? You guys got any tips for me out there? I want to put $20,000 on the Chiefs. I learned my lesson last week. You never bet against Patrick Mahomes. I learned my lesson. I'm going to double down. I'm going to put $20K on the Chiefs. That's what I want to do. Is there a way that you guys think I could convince my wife that she okays that? I could say, honey, we could have 2 TVs or we could have 4 televisions. Right? I really do. Just so you guys know, I have not done it, but I want to put $20,000 on the Chiefs. And I actually really want to put 20K on the Chiefs right now because they're the underdog, which is unbelievable that through this whole thing, the Chiefs are the underdog. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson with the Ravens. I bet big. I bet against Patrick Mahomes, and I lost. And I learned my lesson. I just want to go straight up money line Chiefs. $20,000 for like, I think right now they're plus what? Plus 100, plus 150, something? Probably like 40K. Listen. This is the end of the football season. I love sports betting on football. I don't really bet a lot. I'm trying to learn basketball, but I'm not betting. Just so you guys understand, that 10K I did, and then this 20K I'm thinking of doing, this isn't like my average Saturday. This is like, these are massive bets that I'm throwing out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Tyler, the summary of everything here, Tyler's reaction to the Lions losing, it was the highest of highs that you can imagine into the lowest of lows. And I did not say anything. I didn't say anything mean. So that's to sum it up.